Hello, dear tutor. It's a pleasure to be here in this occasion. My name is Marla Pinto Gonzalez. I'm going to present my research, my point of view, and how it was this process during this pedagogical practice. I would like to know. I would like to present this occasion where I was doing my pedagogical practice. Where is the place? Where is the context? I was doing my pedagogical practice in Colegio Bilingüe Santa Marta and slash Corporación Bilingüe de Santa Marta. This is the place where I was doing my pedagogical practices. And this is an institution that is located in Santa Marta, Colombia. You can see all the information, see all the documents that are shared with you in the e-portfolio. And this is a private institution, and it's a bilingual institution and too. So, and I was working with preschoolers, and also my research is based and focused on the pre-reading and pre-writing implementing the first skills for preschoolers. What is the context of this thing? And I've been an preschool, an English preschool teacher for the last 4 years, I guess, and I really want to share how was my experience implementing all this knowledge that I am that I have acquired during my career as an English teacher. I got three objectives to present in this occasion, and it's exactly what I wanna. I want to share with you. The first thing is because I was working with children age with 3 and 4 years over, I don't know, in 8 weeks, and I was incorporating like different interactive activities focused on pre-reading, for example, storytelling, prediction, phonemic awareness. And with the pre-reading was really important to implement different activities to create different environments where the children um, can imagine and can start to writing in a different way. For example, letter tracing, drawing, and verbal storytelling. And they were starting to create a different imagine, adapt to their age. For example, I start to tell a story, and this story is, for example, once upon a time there was a sun, and they start to write the sun, and maybe I can make some questions like the word sun start with the letter S. In this thing we are doing two things: interaction, and we are creating the listening in this way because children are focused on my mouth, focused on what is exactly what I want to say in the moment, creating, learning, and integrating all the first skills. Okay, how I started this intervention. I really realized that children need new ways of learning. For example, when you are a teacher that you are always like interacting with your children, you're gonna realize they learn through the game. I really liked an approach. This is the UDL method. The UDL method, it's a great strategy that was used a lot and during my pedagogical practices because I started to do a lot of things. For example, at the moment data to data collections, I started with observations, interview, and post intervention assessments adapted to the age of the children. Okay, so in this occasion, I want to, where is the really, okay, here we got the theoretic fundamentation, and I want to focus on Vygotsky. Vygotsky has a really important thing that I want to show you here. Let me a second, and I'm gonna use this thing, and is Vygotsky. Vygotsky start with something very important that it's about the social interaction. There is exactly the context and the approach I wanted to use during my research. When you have a classroom where all your students are in constant interactions and they are communicating each other, you're gonna realize this environment is different, is social, and they are learning the social process and they are communicating at the same time. This is exactly the thing and the goal when you are learning a language. When you put your students to communicate each other, for example, let's make a conversation. Let's repeat each other, or maybe let's practice this each other. You are creating exactly the interaction and facilitate the language development, right? Guided by interaction. In pre-reading, for example, I really want to put here, let me a little bit, and it's here. In pre-reading, children and actively engage in collaborative learning when caregivers or teachers help scaffold their understanding of letter sounds and basic text structures. For example, using this method that I mentioned before is the universal design for learning in preschoolers. What is the context in this case? Give me a moment. Universal design for learners and preschoolers design is an educational framework that aims to make learning accessible and effective for all students by offering flexible approaches that accommodate individual differences, originally developed to support students with disabilities. UDL has been extended to address the diverse needs of all learners, including preschoolers, in the context of early childhood education. The UDL framework is particularly valuable as a preschool classroom typically feature children with varied developments levels learning styles. Okay, how did I adapt this method? This is very easy. The collection data was a process by different environments like graphic. Oh my God, give me a moment. I want just like the 10 to once again. Okay, okay. Journals, graphic organizers, matching activities, worksheets, and questions in the classroom. For example, this is a great example about this. This is a graphic organizer that I did during my pedagogical practices. Students must organize in the correct place the ocean animals and the jungle animals. In this case, where is the thing? They must organize the vocabulary, do identification, do the reading of the word, etc. And here is the same thing, but here is the matching. Matching, they are doing visual reading, they are doing, in this case, pasting identification, and decoding pre-reading. Okay, and I want to know and I want to share with you what are the results of this then. The research of pre-reading preschoolers typically aim evaluate the effectiveness of various pre-reading activities in enhances foundational literacy skills, such as phonemic awareness, that I said before, and letter recognitions, vocabulary development, and listening comprehension. The following summary is case finding from research of reading strategies in education. That this is exactly what I said. Students can understand English when the teacher can be dynamic. Pre-reading can be possible when the teacher uses the correct tools. Students learn better when they have the correct material adapted to their age. And my conclusion is very simple. Implementing pre-reading and pre-writing strategies that are incorporated all the four skills significantly supports preschoolers' early literacy development, laying a strong foundation for future academic achievement. And moreover, these skills are critical not just for academical achievement, but for fostering a positive attitude toward learning and building confidence that is very important to the students. Because if you're not a teacher who like all the time and the learning, you have to keep in mind that you are with children, and when you are with children and when you are a teacher that you are always learning, you're gonna see um different a different when you start to learn every day.